Now, from a club that's winning everything to a club that is winless and in a bit of trouble. South Sydney, mate. Is there trouble in Redfern? We've seen this week, we've seen young halfback Lachlan Ellis made the scapegoat, in my opinion. We've seen Josh Mansour come out and have his story. It's brought back what Burgess said on his way out and why he left South Sydney. There's huge rumours of favourites being played. The coach is under pressure. We've had a super coach who we'll discuss in a minute, linked back with the club, which says to me, desperation. Are they in trouble?
I said it on one of our many podcasts in the preseason that the coach that was under the most pressure was Jason Demetriou, and I do not step back from that whatsoever. It was a game away from a grand final in 2022, and then 2023 he misses the finals, and he started 0-2, probably going to be 0-3, and looking for answers now. They've signed Jack White and they've strengthened in depth. They look like a team that should be anywhere between the 5 and 8 mark in the on paper, but it's not the game's not played on paper. I think there is a little bit of trouble at South Sydney. I don't know if bringing Wayne Bennett back is the answer for them, but there's too much talent there at that squad to keep accepting 7th and 8th. 9th, and then 7th and 8th. You know, if Demetriou is not the person, you got to pull the trigger soon. You can't wait for Wayne Bennett. Who's out there? Like theoretically, what coach is out there that could go and make a difference? I'm not sure where they go. There is trouble. This is probably the one time you just don't know how to answer it, because South Sydney are a club that demands so much, and if you're a good coach, are you going to leave your job to go to South Sydney knowing what's there at the moment?
It's a big pressure. I think the only name I can think of right now is Jason Riles. I don't know what he's doing, but he was so highly sought after by numerous clubs and kept knocking it back. He might be assistant coach in a rugby team or something at the moment, probably with Eddie Jones. Souths are in trouble. There's turmoil there. You've got, I know people made more of it than they need to be. Latrell Mitchell taking his frustration out, swearing numerous times on a radio interview. He's a bloke who should know better. You've got Cody Walker, Damien Cook, Latrell Mitchell in a spine, and you're sitting 0-2 and playing against the there's the lukewarm hot Roosters, and then people are saying that they could start 1-8. I think they play the Bulldogs in their opening 9 games. There's trouble there. You've got a forward pack that outside of Tavita Totola wouldn't scare a toddler. You know, I love their back row.
You think you could tackle Keon Koala-Matangi?
No, well, he was the one I was going to mention.
What about Cam Murray?
Well, the middles worry me big time. You got a coach that moved Cam Murray, who I maintain is a top 3 or 4 lock in the game, and put him out wide in a position that he's proven he's not as good at, and that's not I'm not having a crack. He's a very good second row, but he's an elite lock forward for Shaq Mitchell, who is a borderline first grader at best, fringe first grader. They're holding on to the corpse of a Burgess who was good 5 years ago. They're bringing these Munro's a good young talent. I know he's injured, but going back to Tane Mill. Now I don't want to turn this into a hit piece, but Tane Mill. We saw Richard Kenner. Like this is a squad who 2 years ago was like they're going to win the title. Last year was like, they're probably going to win the title. They're playing the 8. Right now, you can't talk me into they're going to play final football unless Jack White just turns into the centre of all centres. Now, I know they are missing a very good centre in Campbell Graham. I will cut him a bit of slack. But every team in the game, bar Penrith, it seems, loses superstars and can't replace them.
But, Penrith do lose superstars.
Sorry?
Penrith do lose superstars. They just have more superstars.
They can replace them. Souths don't have that depth. And it's not like their New South Wales Cup team stinks either. I just don't know what's going on there. I don't think Demetriou is a bloke for the job. Like you said, though, no one better to replace him.
This is the thing. If you're banking on Jack White to come back in the centres and then you turn around and go, oh, well, our season capsized because of another centre, I think the biggest thing for them was, I know they tried to tell everyone that they had replaced Adam Reynolds with a younger version of Adam Reynolds, but they hadn't. They needed to hit the market. They needed to grab a Sean Johnson. They needed to take a punt on a Nico Hines. They didn't have anyone internally, is the point that I'm trying to make. Not shedding any tears on it, though, because I've got bragging rights in the household.